Hello, I am No Tooth Disc Golf and we are here at Kensington, home course. I'm gonna be practicing for a tournament. This is the blue side of the course. Super fun track, one par four, got all par threes after that. Just trying to get our lines, get our releases, make sure we're hitting putts. It's Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving to everybody who's watching and happy Thanksgiving to everybody who isn't watching. Yeah, here we go. Well, that was shot of the day. I like that a lot more. There was never a doubt where it was going. You like to see that. The camera doesn't like to record today, which I have 2 discs up there for birdie. You gotta at least see a shot, right? This is for eagle. That would have been cool. I just had to let you guys see a shot. Now, there's reason to believe that this may not be my shot just because you didn't catch it on film, but this is my shot. So here we go. We just got to drill it and take our 3 and get on. It's always nice to get a birdie on the first hole. We hop into number 2, or hole 2. We got 366. Now, this is a huge dogleg left, so it really is encouraged to take as inside of the line as possible as you can. I'm going to be going Nuke OS on a backhand. Just got to try and get height while also making sure to push it to the left. Let's see what we can do. Had a late release on our drive here. We had a chance to kick out to the fairway, but we hit this last little tree right in front of me. So now I just have a nice little, I wouldn't say simple, but it's little. Nice little forehand chip. Just got to make sure to kind of hug this left side of the fairway and let the stability of the disc take it back to the right. Skip in. Oh, sit. Well, at least we know we can make it. We let hole 2 get away from us, which is okay because we still have so much disc golf to play. I got hole 3, it is 411, so it is kind of a mush. As you can see, we got kind of a enclosing ceiling, especially I'm trying to go up in the air. It's a huge dogleg right with OB down the fairway. So you're really just trying to get that disc pushed as far as possible out this gap. Having it push right as far as possible is ideal. I'm gonna just be throwing this Passion on an Anheuser line and just seeing how far I can get down there. All right, just gotta make sure to give it enough ante to where it can make it to the basket. Just gotta avoid hitting the branches early. And that is not what we did. We hit the branch early. After hitting the first available, we have given ourselves absolutely nothing here. So I'm just going to be pitching out to the fairway. Not something you want to have to practice, but it happened. Hopefully get a skip. We'll have a putt for our 4. Just got to make sure to get it out there. Through the uprights. Not quite. Now, it's always tough to swallow a bogey. The real question is, how do you handle bogey when you get another one? We're going to find out. I still got to make this putt. I could be getting a double. But hey, that's why we're out here. This is practice round for a reason. Last time I played this hole, there was actually OB stakes all the way lined around the darker areas. So you really had to make a decision if you wanted to go over. It was lined all the way to here. lined all the way to here with OB. So you really had to choose what kind of shot you wanted to make. And you were forced with either going over, not getting there, or playing up short and playing a layup. We are not in the most pleasant spot, but it definitely could be worse. Granted, we are right in the middle of a thorn bush. I've got a very interesting putt coming up here. I don't really want to get pricked by these thorns, so I'm just going to try and give this as good of a bit as possible. All right, this is for double. It's not what you want, but what you get. Basket is right there. It's about 244. I'm gonna be throwing either a forehand or a backhand with a little bit of ante. I'm probably gonna go backhand just to avoid. Well, it doesn't look like there's any OB anymore, so I may be going forehand. I'm gonna try and put that backhand out there, see what we can do. Just don't overturn it at all. Yes, sir. On to the next. Gotta just start clawing back. Hole 5, we got 238. Really straight. There is that hanging branch chilling in the fairway. Just gotta avoid that and you can get yourself a putt. Sometimes you can give it a little ace run, but you don't want to go too far past the basket. Get around it. We hit the tree that we tried not to hit. And now we're tasked with an interesting look for sure. I'm just gonna see what we can manufacture here. Just try not to go too long because it does slope on the back side of the basket. All right. Yes, sir. We got hole 6, 305. Big dog leg left. If you were actually to somehow split that inside gap right here between these two trees, the one in the fairway and the one just off the fairway, that would be the ideal line to get to the basket. You really just want to push something on that hyzer as much as possible and then just try and get a skip up there. So I'm going to be throwing a cap wrap. Just got to make sure to give it enough hyzer. Just don't go right. Took that inside gap and we ended up right. Right, being that today's Thanksgiving, what is your guys' favorite dish? It can be main dish, side dish, dessert, whatever you eat on a Thanksgiving day. Let me know in the comments and I'll see if I agree. Cool thing about going inside on the left side and landing on the right is that I still landed in the fairway. So now I still have a shot. Just can't hit any trees. Now I almost did. All right. We still have about circle's edge look. We got to get up and down for our par. Let's see what we can do. I want to say I am inside the circle, so got to drill this putt. See if we can get one back on the next hole. Hole 7, 433. It's the longest par 3 on the whole course. So you're going to go straight for a while, and then eventually there is 2 different alleys, but you're going to end up wanting to fade to the right. So you either have the choice of going backhand roller, you can go backhand turnover if you can punch something through this initial gap and then have it fade, or you can just throw a forehand, which is what I'm going to do. And the main objective is to just avoid going all the way right while also don't turn it over too much and go to the left. Just got to make sure to stay in the middle as long as possible. Hopefully the whole shot. See what we can do. got to come out of it. It tried. Good thing is we stayed clean through the fairway, so we should be tasked with an easier upshot now. So as you saw in the last shot, I was able to stay clean through this gap, through this part of the fairway, which it's pretty big off the tee pad. Once you get down there, it's pretty small. And I still have a good, probably 150 to the hole. Now we are just tasked with getting up and down, taking our 3 and moving on. Oh boy. After misreleasing that approach shot, we now have a through the trees, probably 40-foot putt. Let's see if we can make it. Yeah, good catch, good catch. You love to see that. We got hole 8, 300. Gonna be a dogleg left, and I'm just trying to push something on hyzer, preferably more stable. Going back to the cap wrap, just got to make sure to push it out on a straight angle or even a little bit of hyzer, and then get that skip towards the basket. See what we can do. Barring it didn't hit anything, we should be either slightly past the basket or just around it. You're nice and close. Let's pick up this 2. On to the next. It's always nice to get a 2. See if we can keep the train rolling, get another one. We got hole 9, 335. You probably can't see it right now, but where that small bushy, well, it's not small, but it's short, that bushy tree is, if you were to go probably 100 to 125 feet up that hill, basket is right behind it. So I'm just going to be throwing a buzz, just try and throw it nice and flat, see what happens. It's got to sit. Sit. Okay, it did sit. We have given ourselves a putt, which is always nice. Serious question. How many of you people are getting out during Thanksgiving? Whether it be the Thanksgiving weekend, if you're visiting family, or if you're alone on Thanksgiving and you just want to go out and play a course. Let me know where you're playing and if you're playing, and let me know in the comments. We were able to push about pin high. Now we have probably a 25-foot putt for the 2. Let's see what we can do here. Nope. Weak sauce. Also weak sauce. Take our 3 and move on. We've got hole 10, 330. I'm just going to be throwing a forehand. You know me, cap wrap. Nice and slow. Just make sure to throw the angle that I want. Keep it low. Hopefully get a skip and be right around the basket. Just got to make sure not to hit that T sign, because I have done it twice. It's got to get lucky. That it did. We should have a putt. We were able to at least give ourselves a look. I'm gonna try and make this, obviously. We just got to make sure to give it enough juice. See if we can get the 2 here. Nope. It's a tough scene. At least got to make one so you know you can make it. We got hole 11, 224. You're going to be going slightly straight, and then it'll slightly push to the right. There's a bunch of guardian trees around the basket, so you really just want to make sure to get right of that super big tree up on that hill. Not over here, but up on the hill. I'm going to be throwing a forehand zone, which, look at this zone. Very nice. Shout out AB. Just going to try and throw a nice, easy forehand. See if we can get on up there. Ooh, that was so close to ringing up chains. You love to see it. Let's make a putt. If you zip it in there enough, it will go in. We got hole 12, 277, huge dogleg right. As you can see, we have two trees that you don't want to hit initially, so it's already making for a hard shot, probably 50 feet from the tee pad. I'm going to be throwing a forehand, just making sure to get down the fairway and then having the disc fade. Here we go. And it's always nice to be able to move off of tee pads as long as you finish on the tee pad. That should be good, assuming it doesn't hit anything. We'll find out when we get up there. We were able to get it nice and close. Now the second part of the job is right here in my hand. Oh boy. Still went in. We are happy with that. Put the 2 down on the scorecard. We got hole 13, 334. Probably one of my favorite holes on this course. I would say top 3. We got a huge dogleg right. Realistically, this gap right around here is the only gap that you should be taking, whether it be throwing a forehand or a backhand. I'm gonna be going Buzz SS. I'm gonna just throw something on Anheuser. Try and throw it on a straight line. Make sure it's pushing straight as far as possible, and then get that flip and then fade down to the basket. So, see what we can do here. Now we hit a tree, but we are in the middle. Gave it a little too much speed actually, which is possible. We were able to push far enough to where we are able to have an opening. Now, I'm actually able to just throw a nice little chip forehand and hopefully get up here. Just gotta watch out because there is a thorn bush right next to me. It's inside. It's gotta sit. We can make that. We ended up leaving that forehand shot a little inside, so now we gotta make a putt to save our 3. Let me see what I can do here. Yes, sir. Just what you like to see. On to the net. Right, so the basket is right there if you can't see it. Focus, focus. Wherever my finger's at. All right, we got hole 14, 221. Just gonna be throwing a nice little chip forehand with my zone. See if we can ring up some chains here, that'd be nice. Stable. All right, no chance for chains, but it's parked. We love to see it. Nice little forehand chipper right there. I'm gonna grab this AB. Nice little 2. We got hole 15, 314. As you can see there, regardless of if we were short on this shot or not, that was the coolest shot I've seen all day. There was probably no less than a foot off the ground the whole time until it flare skipped over to here. So let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can make a putt and get our 2. That hurts. At least we know we can make it. Hole 16, we have 331. Now this is a really fun hole, but it's also extremely hard. So there technically are 2 to 3 gaps, but majority of your players are gonna just be going up the middle, whether it be a hyzer flip backhand or a Anheuser forehand. So I'm gonna be going Nuke OS, just making sure to flex it down that middle gap. Then hopefully we can get down there for a putt. Not enough. Well, what can you do? It's the risk you take of doing the forehand. The basket is right around here. My disc landed right there. We are just going to throw a nice little Annie chip forehand, hopefully. Or maybe just a hyzer forehand. It's not going to be the most conventional one, but we'll make it work. Just plop right down on the basket. It's a putt. Considering where we're at, a putt's a putt. Got ourselves about a 20-footer, if that. Just got to make sure we give it enough, not too much. Take our 3 and move on. Very nice. Brutal. Sometimes I think I should just start putting with a zone. We were able to crawl back from our little bogey streak that we had going on there. So it's always nice to go into the last 2 holes knowing you can attack and try and tack onto your score. We got hole 17, 269, pretty far uphill. I'd say there's probably 30 to 40 feet of elevation total. Maybe not, maybe like 25. Anyways, I'm gonna be throwing a forehand, force. It's gonna try and stay in the fairway as long as possible and then let that disc fight to the right, and hopefully we'll give ourselves a putt for the 2. Or we're just gonna throw it inside and give ourselves a very awkward putt. What can you do? Being as I've played this course a little, some would say maybe too many times, I knew where it was gonna be. Now we just gotta make this putt for the 2 and surge into 18. That sucks. That also sucks. Sometimes I think I should just start putting with a force. Our tap in for our 3. Very nice. Hole 18, 349. So it's very open for the first like probably 200 feet. And then as you can see, once you get towards the green, tons of trees everywhere. It is kind of a get it down there far enough and high enough to give yourself a chance kind of hole. But I'm just gonna be throwing a force. Just try and throw it straight, have it just fly as far as possible, and then hopefully we can push up there for a putt. Or we're just gonna go inside line and hit a tree. Tough scene. Well, we ended up hitting a tree, and now we're in a spot where you don't necessarily ever wanna be, but you can't control what you can't control. And now I am tasked with throwing quite the shot I've got lined up here. I'm gonna be throwing a high forehand on Anheuser. So let's see how this goes. Just gotta make sure not to overcook it to the left. We still wanna give ourselves a chance for a putt. Let's see what we can do here. All right, that is a putt. We have given ourselves a putt. Granted, it's a very long one. So we just wanna make sure that we try and get up to the green. If we can make it, that would be awesome. That would be a great way to save the round. But if not, let's just make sure not to go too long. It's very light. Made sure to give it a lot of airspace so you never had to worry about it going long. We'll take our 4. We have given ourselves this for the last putt of the day, at least on this course. Good basket. That's the end of the video. We ended up finishing dead even. Thanks for watching. I'm glad that you were able to tap in. I'm glad I'm able to be out here. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Toothless out. I just wanted to make an announcement. We are currently at 8 subscribers, and thank you to each and every one of those 8 people. But I will be hosting a giveaway at 100 subscribers. Here's what we got. So for the giveaway, I'm going to be giving away 3 discs and a mini. Now this first disc is an R Pro Rhino. These are all unthrown. I haven't inked them. Next up, we got the Star Wraith 171. This actually feels like it'd be pretty flippy. You might be able to bomb with it. Next up, and last but not least, we got a Star Firebird. Also 171 weight. You know, Firebirds, it looks pretty domey, so this thing might be flippy. But yep, those are the 3 discs, and then I've got a mini Innova driver for whoever wins that giveaway. I'll cover shipping costs. I'll do a random drawing in the YouTube comments. I will have prerequisites going out eventually in another video. We'll figure that out when we get there. But this is a spoiler alert. I'll give you 3 seconds. Spoiler alert. For the practice round, I actually won my first AM1 tournament of the year of my disc golf career. 3 birdies in a row. Shout out to Austin Bates for winning the MPO. But I was able to get the dub. It snowed a bunch. It was super fun. Got to meet some new people. Got to see some familiar faces. Always a fun time to play a tournament, especially in December, because you never know what the weather is going to bring. So big shout out to everybody. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you later.